What is up, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful little show I like to call Writer's Block. The show that's YouTube's one-stop shop for mediocre anime content. Yeah, that's definitely the one we should go with, right? That's the saying that we should always say. And here I am again, a puppet to all of your insane yaoi and fujoshi fantasies. Real quick though, welcome to Season 3 of Writer's Block. I really hope you like the changes we are making. Look at Frank and I. We're wearing new clothes, I guess. I don't really get it. But let's move on with the episode. A little while back, I did a video on a little manhwa, a little unheard of manhwa called Killing Stalking. You probably don't even know what it's about. Except psych,
that's the wrong number!
It's about murder, stalking, borderline rape, torture, mental illness, and how you should never trust anyone with pure black bads under their eyes. But out of the 10 of you that watched that, wait, what? It has over 70,000 views? Are you kidding me? But that video was a fucking joke. Out of all the videos we make, that's the one that blows up. After that video, quite a handful of you asked me to read a similar manhwa called Blood Bank. And let me tell you, I stand here a changed man. I don't know if it's because of my attitude or the lengths I'm willing to go for entertainment that make you all think I'm super into this hardcore BDSM torture stuff. But to counter that previous statement, it turns out it's pretty fucking good. Now look. Before you go and say, yeah, you see, I knew Joseph was totally gay. I'll get to that later. Right now, let's quickly talk about what Blood Bank is. And, I'm talking about the Joker explanation, so it's really not going to be really quick, but whatever. Blood Bank is a manhwa made by Silb. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but then again, when do I ever say anything right? Now, the series' two main characters are one, who is I'm not saying one, this is the first one. His name is literally One, who is a human and is a banker at the aforementioned Blood Bank, which is a bank that stores humans' blood. Now, why would they do that? Well, for the fucking vampires, of course. Enter our second character, Shell, an overlord with immense power and wealth. Also, an extreme addiction to being stepped on. But hey, we all have our weaknesses, am I right? See, now let's talk about why people wanted me specifically to read it. Probably because One, our main character, and Shell, our lovely looking vampire friend over there, begin a relationship. But not like a cool let's hang out and play Xbox sometimes relationship. More like a let me jack you off while I beat you vigorously relationship. Hashtag best friend things. So clearly people just wanted to see how far I would go down this boys love hole. And the thing is, I still like the fucking story. Despite the fact that it's literally at times just straight up gay BDSM porn, the story around that is so incredibly interesting at times, and the characters are so engaging that I just couldn't help but get invested. The thing is, at first glance you'd think, gay vampires, nothing new here, let's move along. But the thing is, the world is such a good character in and of itself. We have the basic humans ruled by vampires plot, which is, let's just talk about this, which is by far one of the least original plots, probably behind zombie outbreaks. But now add a story that has to do with economics and world building and taboo feelings, and we have something that is genuinely new. The vampire lord Shell, in my opinion, is the biggest draw to the story. He's known as an abnormal, which in this case is basically just a submissive bottom, and that's looked down on in the vampire world. However, he hides that side of him. Desperately wanting to find someone who wouldn't look down on him, but also someone who isn't afraid of him, he meets One, a character that is unable to be put under the control of vampires, and fuck me, does it get so much better from that initial plot. Now back to the statement I said earlier about you all thinking that I'm super gay for liking it. As a writer... I'm sorry, I couldn't take that seriously. I actually wrote that down. And someone who loves entertainment, I was never one to avoid a story because of something such as sexual preference, which I say constantly, so you guys know this. I don't need to continue this. A good story can be told in a million different ways, and Blood Bank is a good story. The only thing I honestly hate about this series is just the whole BDSM thing. And not even because it's fucking gay. Just because I don't see the appeal of beating someone, but then again, that's me. Look, different strokes for different folks. That's what I say. So all in all, I honestly think the series is really good, but another draw to it, in my opinion, is the other character, One, who is very interesting, but not as interesting as Lord Shell, in my opinion. So what makes One so interesting is when he's first introduced, he doesn't actually seem like he'd be into the whole BDSM thing. As a matter of fact, he kind of seems as a nice, just good-natured person who likes to joke around sometimes and isn't really too serious. But what makes this relationship between him and Shell so interesting is the fact that he does become this super scary kind of torture machine, I guess. And to me, what that represents is you have to understand that in this world, vampires rule everything. So you give a human the chance to rule a vampire, and you get a whole different side of this story. It's not so much about, hey, this is just a guy who fell in love with another guy who likes fucking getting beat up by him, but it could also be kind of like, you know, hate fucking in a way. Yeah, that was just as awkward to say as I thought it would be. And it adds a whole new paradigm to the relationship, because not only is it like, hey, I like this guy because maybe he likes me back, but it's also, I like this guy, but also I hate everything he fucking is because I'm suppressed by this person. I'm going to do what they do to me. And we see that constantly, you know, when he's torturing him. He'll say things like, how does it feel to be beneath a human? Or how does it feel to know what we live like? And that to me shows something else is happening under the hood. Now keep in mind, just a quick disclaimer before I end this video off, I am not fully done with Blood Bank. I am only about 15 chapters in, mainly because I have other things to do. But I'm going to continue to read it, and I'm probably going to update this video, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, if you aren't reading Blood Bank, and this sounded even slightly interesting, I say fuck it, give it a chance. Who knows? This might just blow you away. Get it? Blow? Like sucking dick? Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Writer's Block Season 3. It was really fun working on it. Please tell me in the comment section below all the changes that you liked, all the things you didn't like, how you feel about Blood Bank. You know, comment. I love it. I love reading your comments. And believe me, this probably isn't the last time I talk about Blood Bank, as I said before. It's very interesting. Really cool story. So until next time, I love you all, and goodbye.